So, what if the key to understanding your thyroid issues isn't just hiding in your blood work, but it's actually woven into your life story? Today, we're going to explore that powerful and honestly often overlooked link between our emotional lives and the health of this really vital gland.
Okay, first, let's just get a sense of how huge this is. We're talking about an estimated 20 million Americans dealing with thyroid disorders. And here's the part that really stands out. Women are 5 to 8 times more likely than men to get a diagnosis. So yeah, this is not some small niche issue, it's a massive public health conversation.
And that brings us to this incredibly frustrating situation that so many people find themselves in. You know the one. You go to the doctor, you're feeling tired, maybe anxious, you just feel off. But then your lab results come back and they're normal. It creates this confusing, invalidating gap between what the numbers on a page say and how you actually feel living in your body every single day.
Well, this is where a completely different perspective comes in. Dr. Heather Herington, a naturopathic physician, suggests there's this huge missing piece of the puzzle. She's basically arguing that real healing isn't just about tweaking body chemistry. It's about digging in and understanding the personal stories, the traumas, that can have a profound effect on our physical health.
So you're probably wondering, how exactly does something like an emotion or a memory physically impact a gland that's sitting in your neck? It sounds a little out there, right? Well, let's break down the actual science behind this mind-body connection.
See, the thyroid isn't just this lone wolf working by itself. It's actually hardwired into a communication network called the HPT axis. I know, it's a mouthful, hypothalamic pituitary thyroid. But all you need to know is that this directly connects your brain to your thyroid, and it makes your thyroid a key player in your body's stress response. You can almost think of it like a direct phone line between your feelings and your metabolism.
And here's what happens when that phone line gets flooded with stress signals. When you're constantly stressed out, your body's main stress circuit kicks into overdrive and pumps out the hormone cortisol. Now, all this extra cortisol just 2 big things to mess with your thyroid. First, it tells your brain to quiet down, suppressing TSH, which is the get-to-work signal for your thyroid. And second, it gets in the way of converting your storage thyroid hormone, T4, into the active hormone, T3, that your cells can actually use. So in short, stress is literally slamming the brakes on your entire thyroid system. But here's the real kicker. It's not just a one-way conversation where your brain yells at your thyroid. Oh no, the thyroid talks back, and this can create a really powerful and sometimes a really vicious feedback loop. So you end up in this cycle. Stress hurts your thyroid's function, and then a poorly functioning thyroid can actually create or seriously worsen feelings of anxiety and depression. And this is exactly why trying to treat the mood symptoms without even looking at the thyroid might mean you're only seeing half the problem.
And the data here, it really speaks for itself. Research shows that a staggering 63% of patients with hypothyroidism report symptoms of depression. 60% report anxiety. Now compare that to the general population, around 10%. The connection is it's undeniable. And a lot of the time, these emotional symptoms are the very first clue that something's wrong with the thyroid, but they get misdiagnosed as just a psychiatric issue.
And we're going even deeper than just the stress of a tough work week. The source material really points out that specific, unresolved emotional traumas. We're talking about things like deep grief, betrayal, or tough childhoods. These have been seen in clinical practice to act as a trigger. It's like they're the moment when the body's systems just got knocked so far off balance that a thyroid condition could begin to take hold.
Okay, so knowing all of this, seeing this profound connection, what does a more complete, a more effective approach to thyroid health even look like? Well, it really requires a total shift in how we frame the whole problem.
The conventional approach, right, it's almost entirely biochemical. It's focused on one lab value, TSH, and it kind of treats the thyroid like it's this isolated machine part. But in contrast, a holistic or naturopathic approach sees the thyroid as part of this deeply interconnected system. It focuses on root causes like stress, nutrition, and trauma, and it ends up treating the whole person, not just the gland.
And Dr. Herington makes a really bold point here. She suggests that even with autoimmune conditions like Graves' disease, where removing the thyroid is often put on the table as the main solution, that addressing these emotional drivers could totally change the outcome, and maybe, just maybe, help people avoid an irreversible surgery. So this all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in the real world? How can you start to bring this mind-body idea into your own health journey? Let's get into some practical, actionable steps. All right, think of this as your toolkit, a kind of roadmap. It all starts with getting the right data, and that means a full thyroid panel, not just the TSH. But from there, it moves right into that mind-body space, really looking at your own stress, supporting your adrenal glands, which get totally wiped out by chronic stress, and even fixing your gut health. Because believe it or not, a stressed out gut can't convert thyroid hormones properly. You see how every step is about treating you as a whole person?
When you boil it all down, the big takeaway is this. We need to reframe how we see the thyroid. It isn't just some faulty car part that needs to be fixed or replaced. It's a messenger. Its health is a powerful indicator of the health of your entire system, your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, all of it.
And that really leaves us with one last powerful question to think about. The material we've looked at today suggests that our life stories and our physical health are just deeply, deeply connected. So, I'll leave you with this to consider. Is the story of your life also the story of your health? And what might your body be trying to tell you?
I stopped trying to find a doctor who would listen, and I did this instead. For years, I was doing everything right. Eating clean, exercising, getting 8 hours of sleep, but I was still exhausted. I had constant brain fog, and my hormones felt completely out of whack. Every doctor told me my labs were normal, and it was probably just stress. I was about to give up until I found Holistic Health. It's a free AI wellness tool trained by functional medicine experts. I spent 5 minutes answering questions about everything: my symptoms, my sleep, my digestion, and it built me this. And this was the light bulb moment. It didn't just give me a list of problems, it connected the dots. It showed me how my gut health was likely impacting my hormones and how that was causing the fatigue and the brain fog. It even gave me a clear list of potential root causes, supplements to research, and even the specific lab tests to ask for. Its tip is secure. Over 77,000 people have used it, and it's 100% free to get your blueprint. If you feel like you're not being heard, start here. Understand your body first and then decide your next step.